watching Rebel Life Boxing. Step into the mind of a rebel. Let's get it. Recently, Terence Crawford had some pretty choice words about, Canelo Alvarez and Errol Spence Jr. as well. Pretty much he's saying, he thinks he can beat Canelo. And he says when it comes to Errol Spence fighting Canelo, he said that's a bad fight. That's a bad, he says Canelo would be bad for Spence. He pretty much saying Errol Spence doesn't move around as well, and he's too, flat-footed and stationary to really beat Canelo. I want to talk about that, and how do I feel about Terence Crawford beating Canelo Alvarez? A lot of people will say, Canelo Alvarez is too big. I'm not really big on that too big stuff. Unless we got somebody that's Crawford size facing a heavyweight or something. I mean, maybe then you can argue about how big somebody is, man. But 147 to like 168. I mean, you gotta think about it, man. These dudes, when they're not fighting, they're walking around at probably fucking 175 pounds anyway. Maybe 180, and then after fight night, man, a lot of these dudes rehydrate up to like they almost damn near their walk around weight, man. So they only have to be in the same, technically, man, they only have to be the weight on that fight most of the time to fight in the night of the weigh-in. So they got to come in at 160 or 168 or whatever, the night of the fight, man. Terence Crawford looks like, he's not his frame is, like, he's pretty, I haven't seen him in person, but like on the way I could see him from, watching videos, man, when he's in the middle of fights, I never really see him like totally blown up. So we don't know what his walk around weight really is. Dude is always in shape. I've seen him slightly blown up once, I think. I forgot what, during what time, but I seen him blown up once, not too much though. So I give a guess that Terence Crawford, he probably walks around at probably close to, maybe 160 pounds, 165, something like that. So that's damn near close to 168 anyway. But then you got Canelo, man. He's like a little fucking pit bull, So maybe he walks around at 180 pounds or something. So I would say if they were to fight, man, Crawford would more than likely, he probably have to put on some weight. Because I don't think Errol Spence looks like he's naturally bigger than Terence Crawford, so it wouldn't be as hard for Errol Spence, it looks like, to really, gain that kind of weight, or if they was to fight at 168 or something like that, Errol probably would come in at probably 170 something pound, buck 80 or something. That's just my take on it, But Bud, he would definitely come in at probably, I'd say 165, close to like 170, around that. I think he would probably straddle around that after they blow up. I think Canelo will come in, he'd probably be like 15 pounds more than Terence in that ring. So I guess that's what people's talking about, why Canelo's too big. But, that's not a wide margin of weight to be saying that somebody is entirely too big where they can't beat somebody. It's not like, okay, you got Bud going in the ring after blowing back up. He about 160, 170. He's going there. Somebody that's like Tyson Fury size, 275, 250 pounds. That's different. It's a totally different thing as far as I look at it, But Errol Spence, Terence Crawford might be right about that, man. I don't know. It comes down to power, taking the power. Errol's proven. Errol's chin has been tested, pretty much, by a few people. Danny Garcia, known for his power, he's been tested. Errol Spence's chin at 147 has been tested better than Bud's. I admit that. Bud's been hit by a Mean Machine. He's been hit by some other dudes too. Kell Brook is not a pillow-fisted dude either. I don't want to hear this mess about Kell Brook is over the hill, done. Look, man, he got in the ring with Bud. If he was done, Look at Bud's eye at the end of the fight, bro. Like, come on, man. You gotta stop snatching credit away from these fighters, bro. Only when it fits your fighter's narrative, then that fighter is a worthy opponent. But then when it's somebody you don't like that's fighting them, then that's when that fighter is a shot fighter, or he's over the hill, he's a has been, he's damaged goods. Come on, stop that shit, man. But yeah, Terence Crawford probably does has the best chance of beating Canelo than an Errol Spence, man. Terence Crawford, he arguably hits harder than Errol. He definitely moves better than Errol. He has more tools in the toolbox. He can switch hit. All that stuff. You gotta take that into consideration. But can he? Does he have enough power to keep Canelo off of him? All of that plays into fact. Can he move well enough for 12 rounds to avoid a lot of Canelo shots? Can he take the best Canelo body shots? Can he, stuff like that? That's remain to be seen. Can any of them do it, Errol or Bud? But I would say, I would still have to give Terence Crawford a better edge at beating Canelo than I would Errol Spence. Will Terence definitely beat Canelo? You can't say that. We don't know. You have to do some serious film study, like to sit down and really break down and watch Terence Crawford's fights, his recent ones, watch Canelo's, and then you got to try to put it in that, like putting them two in the ring right now. You got to envision it. I thought I made a who wins video on that. I don't think I did, but if I did, I probably got to go back and revise that. Because, that's a serious fight. You got to figure out some things before you really make that, that decision on who will win something like that. But let me know what y'all think, man. Is Terence Crawford correct when he says Errol doesn't have a chance against Canelo? I think he might have a point, but I want to know what you guys think. Fanboys, Terence Crawford supporters, fanboys, whoever. I just want to hear what you guys' take is on this. Let me know what you think. This is Rebel Life Boxing. I'll catch you guys later on the next one when I'm off this.